Hey, village or native rice that went to Harvard and graduated with distinctions.
Why, Why, I'm having nice time in the kitchen, cause I'm the kitchen, yeah.
So, guys, as I showed in the video earlier, would be making village or native jollof rice today. So, what I'll be doing is I'm starting by blending some pepper. So, I'm using some shombo, some tatashe, some atarudo, some onions, and some tomatoes. So, I'm just going to be blending this, not properly blended but just coarsely blended, right? So this is the texture I wanted, so that's what I used. So I placed a pot on heat, and once that was properly heated, I just went ahead and added my palm oil to it. So I'll be leaving this palm oil to heat up properly because I do not want that cuddly taste in my mouth. And it's a Ninja babe now. I had to scoop all the remnants of the oil in the plates back in my pot. I don't stand for wastage, please. I like to be very intentional and careful with the things I do. Nigeria is hard, I beg. So once the oil was properly heated, I then went ahead and added my chopped onions to this. So I'm just going to stir these onions and just leave it to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, but ensure to keep your eyes on it so it doesn't burn. You don't want burnt onions, so just fried, right? So once I got my desired texture for these onions, I then went ahead and added my pepper, the one I blended earlier. So I'm just going to add this to the pot, and then I'll just stir this properly to ensure it's properly coated with the oil so it doesn't burn while it is cooking. So I have some pomo here. I didn't cook this pomo, it wasn't boiled, so I'm just adding it to the pepper at this stage so that it can cook through and then get very tender. So I'll be covering this and I'll allow it to cook until the water has reduced. So this is it after about 5 to 10 minutes while the water has reduced properly. As you can see, we don't have a lot of water, so I'll be adding some iru, that is locust beans, guys. Village rice or native rice without iru, is that one village rice? Hmm? I'm just kidding, guys. I know some people cannot stand the smell of iru, so you can just go ahead and skip this part totally if you do not like it. But I love iru. I grew up eating iru and rice, so I just had to add it. So after adding my iru, I'm going in with some seasoning powder. So for this recipe, I'm using crayfish seasoning powder, and I used 2.5 tablespoon, guys, not sorry, teaspoon, not tablespoon, right? 2.5 teaspoon of seasoning cube, not tablespoon. So I'm just combining this properly. So next I'll be adding about half a teaspoon of salt also. You can taste your sauce after adding the Maggi to determine the quantity of salt you want to add, but just half a teaspoon was fine for me. So this is me just adding my rice. So guys, note that this rice was not just parboiled for 5 minutes, it was actually cooked halfway. So this is almost done rice, right? You get it, it is almost done. So this is just me adding it to my pot, and then I'll just be mixing this properly to ensure that every corner, every inch of the rice is properly coated with the sauce. You do not want white rice on one side and then you now have proper jollof rice on the other side. So just mix properly. Then I'll be adding water. So this is me just adding a little bit of water, just enough to cook my rice through. You can add as much or as little as you want, depending on the texture of rice you want, or how tender you want your rice to be, or how hard you want it to be, right? So once this is done, I'll be going in with some smoked catfish. So I deboned and degutted this catfish, and then this is me just pushing it into the rice properly so it can absorb all that all that goodness and the pot, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm going in with some smoked Titus also, that's the mackerel. I've deboned this already and also degutted it. So this is me just pushing it down, same way I did with the smoked catfish. Guys, you have to be careful so you do not break your fish in the process. So just be careful, just keep pushing it down gently, right? You don't want to keep just stir, no, just push it down. So once that is done, I'm adding some smoked prawns here, and I'll be covering this and allowing this to cook until it is properly done, until I've achieved the softness or the texture I want. If you want yours to be softer, you can go ahead and add more liquid to it. If you want it harder, you can add less liquid. So just do it whatever. Guys, cooking is about doing things the way you want them. That is why it's nice to cook your own meal. You can decide to do them the way you want, customize the way you want, add more or add less, whatever it is you want to do, just go ahead and do it. So this is me just adding some scent leaf. I chopped the scent leaf and I'm just adding it to it because I love the flavor and the aroma it gives to my village rice. Some people use ugu. I've seen some people use uziza leaves. Yes, uziza leaf. So you can use whatever it is you want to use, but I love scent leaf. This is my personal preference, so that is why I use this, and I'm just stirring properly to combine everything, like just getting all the ingredients and the protein to get to know each other, to marry each other, you know what I mean? So after mixing, I turned my lights to the lowest and I just covered this and allowed it to steam for about 5 minutes. My fire was on low, and then your rice is done. Guys, just look at that. Peep it. Just no. Think about it. Just think about it. Just take a look at this meal. Even before you eat it, are you not hungry? Are you not salivating? Is your tongue and your tummy not calling your name from every corner? And guys, I couldn't wait to devour this meal. I ate and I went back for second round. Thank you guys for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.